already know a lot of people are gonna get mad at this video, but I don't even care. Today for you guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about the mistakes that I've made having pets. As pet owners, we all make mistakes, whether they're little or they're big. We all do it, so I wanted to show you guys that I relate to you guys in that sort of sense where I make mistakes as well, even though some people think I may have all the knowledge in the world about animals. I don't. I make my mistakes too, and the best thing I could do to advise to you is that you should get all the information you can about the animal that you're getting before you get it, so that you are mistake prepared. Number one, I'm just gonna get it over with. This is probably my biggest mistake that I did, and this one was with Romeo, my bearded dragon, and he was my very first pet ever, so I made a lot of mistakes with him, but the biggest mistake I did was not having a UVB bulb with him, which I don't know why I didn't know this. I did all this research and I was more concerned about the heating and that they were a desert animal than even thinking about the sun's rays, that they need the UVB. And this was way back whenever I started I started with him 4 years ago, so he was without a UVB bulb for 3.5 years, but whenever I got him from a friend. She didn't give me a UVB bulb, she just gave me the heat bulb, so I guess I just assumed that's what was supposed to happen, but he never had any issues, he never had any bone problems. Every single time I took him to a vet for other related reasons, they always said that his bones were awesome and that he was super, super healthy, other than for example, eye infections, just little stuff like that. So I don't know why I never had a UVB bulb on him. I absolutely do need a UVB bulb. Just because Romeo never had a problem with not having a UVB bulb, that doesn't mean that your animal is not going to. So definitely have a UVB bulb on them. I don't have UVB bulbs on my lizards currently because they're in front of the sun. They get the natural sun rays from the window. That's what I like to do, but definitely have UVB bulb or some kind of sun rays from. Fail number 2 is that I had used oak and pine wood shavings for my hedgehogs, which is like the least best bedding you could use for your hedgehogs. It can cause all kinds of problems. It can get stuck to their feet and cause infections. They can inhale the dust, or they can get eye infections and poke their eye in the wood shavings. It's just not a good idea. I never had an issue with the wood shavings at all. I think it just depends on your hedgehog's tendencies, but I definitely don't advise it. It doesn't go to say that I would never use pine is what my favorite is, because the scent, because my female hedgehog goes through these phases where she gets really stinky really fast, so I have to use something that helps with that, which is the pine. She never had an issue with it. My male hedgehog never had an issue with it, but that doesn't go to say that they might in the future, and then I would totally cut that out, but I don't advise it at all. Third fail is that I trained my puppy Daphne wrong. I just trained her wrong. Whenever she would go potty in the house or chew something up, we would spank her, and now she's afraid. Every single time she gets in trouble, she's afraid of us calling her to come over. She doesn't like to, it's really hard to teach her to come now because she's afraid of us, because she's afraid she's gonna get in trouble, which spanking really worked for her to not do things, but it just had bad repercussions, and it's just really what works with you. If you can handle those repercussions of them being scared to come forth to you whenever you want them to be there right next to you at that moment in time. Just realize that they might be a bit afraid that they're going to get spanked because they think they're in trouble. But that's just a fail that I wish I didn't do. Fourth fail is that I had a pet for a very long time that I was allergic to. And I think I'm a little bit allergic to my hedgehogs, but I only have problems when I clean their cage, but I think that's just a given because I think everyone just does that. Whenever they clean, they have allergy problems. But I had a chinchilla, and he takes dust baths, which made it so much worse that I was just very allergic to him. I couldn't hold him, I couldn't play with him, I couldn't ever get him out. Cleaning his cage was a disaster. I was sneezing and I felt sick the rest of the day. But yeah, and I had him for almost a year of him just basically being stuck in his cage. He wouldn't get out that much often, and I felt super bad, but he is in a great home right now. He's with a gay couple, and they have a son, and he just has the run of the house. There's no dogs or cats or anything, and he's just super happy, and I'm very, very happy that he landed in the home that he's in. My last fail is something that I kind of wanted to make a story time, but it's not really long enough to make a story time video about, is that my baby hedgehogs got away. I have a male hedgehog and a female hedgehog, and I bred them because I wanted to sell my baby hedgehogs, and I wanted to get the experience of having baby hedgehogs and breeding animals, and it was super, super fun. But I could tell as they got older, they were really starting to annoy the mom, and they were already eating dry food. So I put them in a little basket and put a blanket over the top, and they ended up getting away in the night, and that is my biggest fail. We ended up finding them throughout the day, but it took 24 hours to find all of them. But Mac, my pit bull Jack Russell, found most of them for us. He doesn't like bite at them, he just like kind of points or like barks or whimpers or something, and then we found them through him, so that was super helpful. But that's just a little funny fail that I did. So thanks for watching. I hope this was relatable for you guys. Please comment down below any fails that you've had whenever you had pets, and because I would love to read them. I would love to know that I'm not the only one who fails either. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like this video if you did like this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.